Welcome to Beerstories from Beerstory Brewhouse. This video is about some of my favorite gadgets to make homebrewing easier and better. These are some of the more expensive ones. I've also made a video, you can see it down in the description, with cheaper gadgets that just makes life easier as well. But this one is for the more expensive gadgets. Remember, if you don't want to miss any videos from Beerstories, please click like and subscribe down the corner. It will help out the channel, you make me very happy, and you get the news videos directly on YouTube feed. And also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. That would make me really happy too. So this video is, if you are brewing all grain or maybe it's just extract and you want to, get some new gadgets to make lives easier. These are the ones I would recommend, especially, these are not cheap gadgets. There's a video down in the description with my favorite cheap gadgets, and there's a lot of cheap gadgets, and some of them makes life so much easier as well. But these gadgets just make my brewing. I really think if I didn't have these gadgets, I wouldn't brew anymore. The first one, kegs. I hate bottling. I hate cleaning bottles. So when I started using kegs instead, brewing just got more fun. I always have perfect carbonated beer on tap. It's just easier. So I would really recommend you do that. Of course, it's not enough just with a keg. You need taps, you need CO2, you need you need a lot of equipment to actually get started with this. I'll make a video on that as well. But now that we are with talking about kegs, bucket blaster. I just got this and it really makes lives easier. It's just a pump on a rack and some nozzles, and I can clean my keg on this in no time, and it's just so easy. It also has ball locks, so it will clean the valves as well. So this it just makes lives easier. It takes no time to clean the kegs. I don't have to take everything apart and so on. There's a video in the description on how to use this. I just love it. More cleaning gadgets. This is a fast washer for bottles. You just place your bottles on top here on these nozzles, and it will clean your bottles. I still use bottles sometimes because I just love the idea that I can bring beers over to a friend's house or to a colleague or whatever. So I still need to clean bottles once in a while. And since I got the fast washer, I'm bottling more beers. I can't live without it. I love it. I really do. So the next thing I would recommend is a steel fermenter. When you want to take your brewing to the next level, there are some things that I think you should buy, and one of the first things you should buy is a steel fermenter. It's just really easy to clean. You have a low risk of infections, and it will last you a lifetime. Plastic buckets. I actually have one plastic bucket that I only used one time. I brewed a strong stout. Only used it one time. It was brand new, and when I opened that bucket, it still smells like licorice. And these don't. So I only use steel fermenters now, just because it's easier. Risk of infection is much lower, and they are so easy to clean. So I really recommend that. Now that we are talking about fermentation, a floating Wi-Fi hydrometer. I have a Hydrum and also an iFloat. this one, and I just, it's not actually for the precision of measuring specific gravity. I haven't calibrated mine, so they are off now. But I can follow the fermentation very precise. Not in terms of specific gravity, but more in terms of time. So I know when I can see the curve of specific gravity, and then I know, okay, so we are now in the last quarter, I can begin to raise my temperature, or I can add my dry hops, and so on. And I can also very precise see how long my diacetyl rest has been, and therefore when I have to keg or bottle my beer. So that's just another thing I can't live without. Sure, you can take samples and everything, but you risk introducing oxygen and stuff like that. The hydrometer is just easy. You can just open your phone and you have a sample right there. So yeah, I really love that. Yeah, one of the pH meter. In terms of efficiency, I really recommend you to buying a pH meter, so that you can ensure that you have the right pH in your mash, and therefore also a better efficiency. If you're brewing a non-alcoholic beer, this is really important, because you have to make sure that your beer is food safe, and it has to be a lower pH than 4.6 when you're done. And that is not always normally beers will go there by themselves during fermentation, but NA beers, they don't, because you have so much lower original gravity and grain or malt in the beginning. So you need to adjust that. So yeah, it's really important to have one. This is not a really good one. I have another one also. So make sure you buy one that's accurate. Yeah, that would be my advice. The next thing is my postal service weight. This is just another thing I can't live without. I use this to when I do oxygen-free transfers to my kegs. I place my keg upon here, and I can actually see on the scale when the beer is full. You can see how I do that down in the description. So that's one really important thing. But also when I'm weighing out my grain bill, all my malts, I just place a bucket up here, and then yeah, it's just way easier than with a little scale. And it's not that expensive, but it just saves time and makes life easier. And that's, when you have brewed a long time, it's really important to make it easier and to save time, because all these processes that take a long time, you will get irritated and you'll start brewing less and maybe stop brewing in the end. So yeah, and the last thing I really recommend is some kind of counter pressure filler, because if you have kegs, this one is fine just to serve beer, but if you want to bring beer along, you have to have some kind of counter pressure filler. I use the iTap, and I really love that one. The iTap, I can use it both to serve draft beer with the G connector, and I can also just use it to fill bottles. So yeah, that's one more gadget that I can't live without. So all of these gadgets, some of them are a little bit expensive. They're not really expensive, but a good steel fermenter costs a little bit, and yeah, and kegs cost us a little bit. Everything here costs, of course. Remember, down in the description you can find a link to a video with all my cheap gadgets, and I really recommend you to see that, because I have a lot of cheap gadgets that also make a huge difference in your brewing. So yeah, find it down in the description. If you stick around to the end, YouTube will show you 2 videos up here that it wants you to see. Please click like and subscribe down in the corner here. You'll help out the channel and get the newest videos directly in your YouTube feed. And please follow me on Facebook and Instagram. It really makes a difference if you do. You can also ask me questions there, or you can ask questions down the comment. It could be really fun if you add in the comments also some gadgets that you think you can't live without. That would be really fun. Yeah, but if you have any questions, write to me through beerstories.dk down in the comments, or yeah, through Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. Have a happy brewing out there.